back to Flow of Wisdom Radio. I am your host, Sean Anthony, and I appreciate the tweets that's coming in. Follow me on Twitter at Sean_Anthony. I'm shooting out all the links so that you can get the information to get the new book, Matrix 4, from Sophia Stewart, known as the mother of the Matrix. And we got about 5 minutes till this break, till we go to the top of the hour. The next hour, Sophia, I want to just focus on the Matrix 4 and the future. But before we went to break, we were talking about the Wachowskis. Now, the Wachowski brothers are the guys that directed the Matrix film, and now one of them turned into a woman. So they're not even known as the Wachowski brothers. They're just known as the Wachowskis. But I was asking you, Sophia, about the gag order that was placed on them, and you was going on to explain.
Yeah, like I was saying before, the interviewers asked them, well, how did you write The Matrix? And they said, what was your inspiration? How did you come up with it? And they both answered that they saw a lot of kung fu movies. That was their answer. They both saw a lot of kung fu movies. So people see kung fu movies all day long and can't write The Matrix and Terminator. You know what I'm saying? And they could not answer the big questions. They couldn't answer quantum physics. They couldn't answer that it was the evolution of consciousness. So they basically told on themselves, and I'll send that email over to you with the Wachowskis' first interview. And after that, Warner Brothers gagged them because they were going to tell on themselves there's no way in the world they could go on major TV shows like Ellen or 60 Minutes or Diane Sawyer or Barbara Walters without having a lawyer present to guide them. And then everybody would know it's a criminal, they committed a criminal offense, theft. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. This is all criminal. It should have never gone to court. When I took it to court in 2003/4, I had asked the judge, Judge Terry J. Hatter, to order RICO served on them because the U.S. Attorney's Office in Salt Lake City, Greg Diamond, and Elizabeth Ann Stevens, Greg Diamond, they had prosecutor over there. They were supposed to prosecute the Matrix case because they're the ones that initiated the investigations through the FBI. Well, they got bought off. They got bought off from prosecuting. And then Warner Brothers involved so many people in the theft that senators and politicians and contractors, all of them are aiding and abetting in RICO. And complicit judges, lawyers. It's just crazy now.
That's
money laundering, wire fraud, mail fraud, and it's going across interstate. So huge now that some people are going to have to end up going to jail because they thought that they could cover it up and it go away. But it's not going away because the people are interested in it.
That's right. And the truth will always shine through.
Exactly. And I've become a huge international Internet star globally because of this. The foreign countries, the people in the foreign countries, they know what's going on in America. And they know that the government failed to protect my copyrights. There's nowhere in the world that Judge Morrow, which is one of the people who work with Warner Brothers, could have shut the case down in 2004 with the FBI holding the evidence. See, the case had already been investigated by the evidence, and theft had been found on it. It's in my book, the Third Eye book. Buy the book on my website, matrixterminator.com, truthaboutmatrix.com, and see for yourself. You can see the FBI validating the theft. You can see them admitting to the judge, the Terminator defendants, that they stole the Terminator from me, and they wanted the judge to shut the case down on the statutes of limitations. They cited the James Bond case because they had stolen the franchise from the real James Bond writer. He sat on his right, and they stole the franchise. They tried to use the same thing with the judge on my case, and the judge said to admit that theft is willful intent, that the clock starts ticking the moment the victim discovers the theft, not when you commit the act of theft. See, they didn't understand the law, and that they were admitting. See, she should have reported that under Title 18 U.S.C. 4, 2, 3, and 4. She should have admitted that.
Well, stay right there, Sophia Stewart. We got to wrap up this hour. I see the